everybody, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be Make It Work Monday, and if you're new to my channel and don't know what that is, essentially I just take a very inexpensive palette from the drugstore and I try to make it work. I try to create a prettybombdiggity.com look with an inexpensive eyeshadow palette. So today's palette is going to be this LA Colors palette, and it is in the shade, the name of it, I guess, is Not Out. And I got this at Dollar Tree, and I know they've got it at Walgreens, not Walgreens. I know they've got it at Dollar General too. Just have to excuse my horrendous nails, you know. Sorry, Mom. Sorry. So I've already done the rest of my face, and so that way I can like really take time and do the eyeshadow. I did that in like my previous video, like really like take time and show you what I'm doing with the eyeshadow. So I felt like this was like the perfect kinds of videos to do that, where I just like, this is what you do. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do that. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the palette. I don't even know what kind of look I'm gonna do yet. I don't feel very good, honestly. I was debating on whether or not to make this video. My neck's just hurting and it's going down all of my arm and my hand, and I just feel weird and gross. Tired. Basically an old lady. But I'm vertical. So there's like a little sticky tape thing on here, and you just open it up. They've got you a little sponge applicator thing, and we might actually use it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet. I might know what I'm gonna do with this. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. We're gonna work with it and just figure something out. Okay, so I'm thinking about doing some kind of like cut crease, but one that kind of comes down and domes over the eye, and then have, I don't know, we'll just see. So for starters, I'm going to be picking up the first shade right here, this really light pink. And I'm just taking this on a blending brush. You really need one of these if you don't have one. Sorry, I didn't mean to move the camera. You really need one of these if you don't have it in your collection. It will help you out so much when trying to do eye makeup looks. So I'm going to start by just blending this into the crease. I'm not getting much pigment off of this, so I'm not going to tap off that excess. Okay, it's very frosty. I can definitely tell you that. So we're just going to start out by using that shade, and then I'm actually going to get the next pink shade. Same brush, tapping off the excess. Same thing. Just going right on top of that. Maybe I can warm that area up, get some nice pretty pink shades up in there. I don't know. We're going to work with it and see. Not really feeling like much is coming off, but it's okay. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna make it work. Did you see it my nostril when I did that? Okay, now I'm actually gonna take that gold shade over here on the end. Not gold, it's more of like a bronzy, very dark bronze shade. And same brush, and we're just gonna start applying that into the crease as well. These are all shimmer shades, so they're not gonna be ideal for, you know, doing everything in the crease and everything like that. Typically you want some matte shades because they are a little bit more blendable, and the shimmer shades really reflect the light, and so like when you shine it on there, it doesn't look as much of a shadow or a line as it does just kind of all blended together. So that's the issue with some shimmer shades, but we're just going to keep working with it and just applying that into the crease because we're just going to use this palette the best we can. Okay, now I'm going in with the Zoeva number 221 Luxe Soft Crease Brush. It's a little bit smaller than the other one, so it can get a little bit more precise, and pretty much we're just going to be going down the line with this. Sorry. So I'm going to be picking up this first gray shade right here, tapping off that excess, and start applying that just into the crease to deepen it up a little bit. And picking up the next shade. Got some lash glue sitting right there. Okay, and finally the last shade. Okay, so it's looking something like this, and I'm not very happy with it, but we're going to clean it up and try to make it kind of like a little cut crease something or another. Okay, so I've taken a little bit of concealer and I've just put it on a little bit of a flat shader brush, And I'm just going to start carving out a crease just a little bit. Right up in here. I think I might need some more concealer. Yup. Okay, so I'm going to start carving this out. Kind of looking up with it because that's the only way I can really do it, I'll be honest. And instead of on this eye, on my last look I did a cut crease and I kind of like drug it up this way. But I'm going to want to kind of like almond it down towards my eye. Just like that. I'm going to kind of want to keep it low. Okay, so now it looks something like this, and we're going to go ahead and start packing on color. Okay, so I'm taking the Hard Candy setting spray and then this little sponge tip applicator, and I'm just going to spritz it and get it a little bit damp. And then we're going to pick up, let's see, that first shade, that first pink shade on the end of this where we got it nice and damp, so it should look something like this. And we're going to start packing that onto the area that we applied concealer to. It's not going to be very pigmented, but it'll give us a little bit of a sheen that we can work with. Okay, so now we've got an eyeball that looks something like this. So now I'm taking a pencil brush and I'm just going to be picking up those dark gray shades in the palette, just like this, running it around, tapping off that excess, and we're going to run it on the lower lash line, starting on this outer portion right here and lightly smoking it inward. And then just on my finger I picked up, my finger I picked up that light pink shade. And I've like dabbed it, as you can see, like right there. And going back in with that pencil brush, and I'm just gonna smoke out the sides of that. It just gave a little bit of brightness to that lower lash line. Didn't really do much for it, but you know, whatever. Now I'm going in with the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper, and I'm just going to give myself a nice thick wing. I have to be honest, this palette isn't the best one that I've used out of all of them. It's probably the worst. Which is very surprising because even though it was only $1, there was only 6 shades in there, and I have like their bigger palette with a lot more shades in it, and I think those shadows work pretty great to be $1. And then there's only 6 in this one, and these just aren't very pigmented. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go in with a black liner. This is just by Sephora, and I'm just gonna go in here line my waterline and my tight line. Okay, now I'm going to go in with some mascara. This is the Rimmel Extra Super Lash Mascara. And we're just going to coat our lashes before we go in and apply falsies to complete the look. And now I'm just popping on these little false lashes. These are the Kiss in the style Flirty. Okay, so here's the finished look, and I think I've said it in a couple of other videos before, but seriously, if you don't apply false lashes with your look, do it. Go ahead and pop you some on because they will literally transform your look. You can seriously make any eyeshadow or any eye makeup look that you've came up with look some bomb.com if you just throw some lashes on, because it'll look like you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? And so here, I'll just go ahead and show you up close. Okay, so that is the completed look, and as I said earlier, this was honestly not the best palette I've had to work with. This is my 3rd video, I think, doing this, and yeah, I'm pleased with it, obviously. It just goes to show that you can't dismiss any eyeshadow palette just because of the price. I mean, it can be done, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I have done a sort of semi kind of cut crease look, and it'd be nice and smoky. It is a very cool tone smoky eye, and it came out looking okay for a $1 eyeshadow palette. You don't have to have so many different eyeshadows and so many different eyeshadow palettes to get what you want to get even though that's nice and that's cool and you get better quality, it's a lot easier to work with, you can still get a nice result from an inexpensive eyeshadow palette. So that is pretty much the end of my video. So if you liked it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you didn't, leave a comment and let me know how I can improve. Yeah, sorry if I wasn't like myself very much in this video or anything. Like, I just really don't feel good. Like, that's how I feel right now. But anyways, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you have all, really don't feel good. I hope you all have a great day and God bless.